All right, you guys probably noticed that the video quality on the last few videos is a little bit different than usual. So I'm gonna show you. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it to focus on there. There is a gap there. So this is the phone that we usually use to record everything on, and that that gap there, I bet you indicates that this battery has gotten puffy. So recording one day, it was hot and sunny, and I made the mistake of leaving it laying out on top of another black surface for a little bit of an extended period of time, and then after a few charges, we had that going on. So the battery's not even keeping a charge anymore on the phone. So what we're gonna do before we move forward with any more videos, we're going to put this back in order. So in this trek into DIY tech, we're going to change the battery on this LG G8 ThinQ. Let's see what happens. Okay, I realize this looks like a mess over here, but I assure you there is a plan. No, I just got a lot of work. A lot of work and little time. I know the lighting's kind of messed up right now because everything is not finished in here just yet. Hopefully I'll save up some more money to finish all of this benches and stuff and lighting. But hey, we're gonna do the best we can with what we've got. Yeah, always try to do your best no matter what. So okay, my advice for the day. Let's get to it. I've got a ordered the batteries in here. It came with some tools. Let's take a closer look and see what's in here. And I've watched the battery replacement videos on YouTube, so that makes me an expert on battery replacement now. Yes, so here we go. Lithium ion battery. What could go wrong? Here we go. All right. Please forgive the audio quality, as yeah, we're using the not the primary phone today, so for recording, so it's audio is going to be a little bit less. And plus, we need to get some soundproofing in here. There is absolutely no soundproofing on the walls, so we're going to hear every construction effort that the neighbor is going to do. So yeah, how much energy is in this battery? Yeah, 4,000 milliamp hours. 4 amp hours. Oh, good stuff. All right, we got some tools in here, and we've got le battery. Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the battery. See what we got in there. This is the star of the show right here. Nice. It's in a it's in a static bag, which is cool, right? Static bag, but it's not sealed. So normally these are sealed across here, and these are the little points used to rip the bag open. But look at that. That's nice. This does not look like. All right, maybe it is, but that doesn't look like the connector that I've seen. It's a very, very tiny micro connector on the battery, on the flex. So you have a little flex cable here, and I'm gonna show you up close if I can focus in on it. What the connector looks like. Let's see if we can focus on that. I'm trying. Yeah. Let me see. If I do this. Will it focus on my hand? No. Man, I'm so used to the other phone. All right, I'll try to focus in on it digitally, but that's a very tiny connector. So look at this, sharp objects, lithium-ion battery. Max Bear, I've never heard of that brand. We'll see. We'll see. That's what happens when you go cheap. All right, what do we got in the tools? We've got, I am not sure what these are. Oh, looks like the adhesive. Wow, nice. Okay, I almost ruined that. Cool looking screwdriver. That's what's that, a 0? That's not a 2. That's a 0. Right there, I think. Some spudgers. Suction cup. Metal spudger. And get the SD card out. Which, nice, that's a good reminder. Do not stick your... where is the SD card? Oh, look at that. It's on this side. Yeah, don't ruin your microphone with the SD card remover. Let's see, do we even have an SD card in here? I don't think so, but we gotta get this out anyway. So, crazy thing is, this is square, and I don't think it fits exactly in there, because I felt some resistance. So, I don't know if I trust this. Nope, it doesn't. Use a paper clip. Paper clips are round and they actually go in the hole. Yeah, we got an SD card in there. Man, I don't remember that, but there it is. I guess I used to use it because sometimes it was easier than transferring using the cable. So SD card is out. Now we're supposed to heat this up. So let's move everything else out of the way. And maybe we'll protect the surface with something while we heat this up. Yeah, let me get something to put on my mat. I don't want to kill my ESD mat here. Let's see. Yeah, give me a second. I'll be right back. It'll be quicker for you than for me. All right, we've got everything all set up here, and so we got the heat gun. We've got the suction cup on there. All right. Go ahead and get it out. Yeah, but you guys should feel bad because my one of my aunts sent me this, and she's really sweet. So you guys are gonna be all distracted. So I'm gonna flip that over. All right. Here we go. Let's see. In the video, they're heating this up for a pretty good long time. So we're probably going to speed this up for you so you don't have to suffer through that. But yeah, it's a lithium battery, and we're heating it up because it heated up and puffed up. So we're going to heat it up again to get it out of there. Here we go. All right, that's a safe amount. Let's give it a shot here. Oh, looks like it's, I feel like it's loosening it up. We're supposed to get the glue. There's a little ring of glue all the way around. And it ate the spudger. Okay. Okay, so maybe it needs a little more heat. Oh, I just made the mistake of holding the button down, right? Now we're gonna try to turn on. Looks like the edge is separating. Okay, we're gonna try a little more heat. All right, we're gonna have to heat this thing up real good here. So stand by. We'll be back when I've got this thing moving. All right, so that's hotter than any phone should be ever. But there you go. You see, the adhesive is giving way. This is some good adhesive. So I've recorded with this camera underwater before, and I guess that's how they do it. I got a feeling that we're not gonna ever be doing that again with this camera after I get it, because it's probably not gonna seal back up the same way. So there you go. I'm just cutting through that adhesive, and it's opening up. Yeah, so it just needed a little more heat, I guess. And this metal spudger seems to be doing the job in getting us through that adhesive. I just want to be careful not to hit any of the components inside, but I think they've designed the phone such that all the critical components are away from this area. I'm just going to believe it. And so we're coming to the edge where the cameras are, which are what we want to preserve, because obviously we're using this camera for recording video. So I'm just gonna go around the edge slowly. And this phone at this point is hotter than any phone has a right to be. Okay. Well, at the very least, we'll save the phone. Well, if the phone is out of commission anyway, right? So we'll give it a good try at the repair. I heard some. The other thing that I want to be careful of is there's a wireless charging deal in there. Man, that's on there, peoples. Maybe we got to heat it up a little more. The back of this is glass, if I'm not mistaken, that tempered glass, so we don't want to oh, there you go. Woo! I think that has released, but I hope it didn't damage anything there. I will continue to work it all the way around. It seems to be becoming easier now. Okay, there we go. Notice I stuck that suction cup on there. I did it again. I pressed the on button again. That crackling that you're hearing is making me nervous as well. I bet you thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? All right. I see where it is. It's right there. Okay, there we go. Getting to the edge where the camera connectors are, the camera, all of that's up there. Ooh. Name of this game is, don't lose patience. All right, I may speed up this point. Because it seems like I'm just getting through the adhesive here. Okay, now with that thought, we did not purchase any adhesive, and so I'm not sure. Oh, I am glad I did not stick that in there, because guess what we have in there? We have some spring contacts. So check it out. There are some, oh my gosh, look at that battery. Oh yeah, baby. That battery's about to go. We're going to take this out of here and go ahead and get that to the recycling center. But here's your light, 2 cameras. So we want to be careful not to damage any of that. But as I was using the spudger in there, I was trying to be careful because as you can see there, there's some spring contacts. You want to preserve those because this guy right here, which is your, that's the sensor for your finger, right? So that's your biometric sensor. That will cease to work if you damage that. And so we got to go ahead and line that back up when we put everything back together. But yeah, there you go. So we're gonna go ahead and see you back when we remove all this adhesive. We're gonna remove all this adhesive next. So we'll see you back when we start unscrewing this guy. So we gotta unscrew the charger, right? So this is the our wireless charger is here. So this is the coil for it. I'll get it a little bit closer. So you see all those little lines? That is actually some flat copper that's in there, and you know, it's just basically like a flat wire, right? That goes all the way around, and it's in the shape of a coil. So there's multiple layers of that in there, comprising this coil. And so we're gonna have to remove this and remove all of this, because those are the connectors and everything that pull the power from this and send it to the battery when it's resting on a wireless charger. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're probably gonna go to narration because it's getting a little hot in here, and I'll have to run the AC. So here we go. All right, so cool. So I've gotten all the screws out of here. So all the screws are out. The battery's so puffy that after I removed this screw, this component just popped up. So we're gonna go ahead and liberate this section here. Again, being careful, there are connectors and everything underneath there that we have to be conscious of. So we will carefully go around the edge and try to pull that up. This is kind of tricky because I'm trying to do this and still keep it in the camera. This has a nice little in here to get that one out. Yeah, so yeah, just again slowly keep working back so we get all of this off. And so the connector for this battery is under all of this, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got to remove this. Here we go. So we've got to bring, okay, there we go. Ooh, yeah, nice. So this is grounding in it and stuff. There's another set of pads here for pins. There you go. We've got some more spring pins there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is the connector like we saw on the original battery. So same connector there. Yeah, look, it matches. So that's good. It matches. So we're gonna pull this up, this connector up. Just being careful to. All right, that was good. Move you away from there. And wow, puff A. Okay. So now we're gonna be real careful with this puppy, because that is, I'll slowly pry her up out of there. I don't want to go, she says. But you do have to go, because you've outstayed your welcome. So slowly again, because there we go. You can hear it giving way. Oh, so just work back from here. See if I can get under there. My thumb, maybe. One well so far. Don't want to. Okay. Don't want to end on a bad note. Wow, it's in there. See if I can get under there and dislodge that thing. Alright, we'll see you guys again in a little bit. Once I dislodge this adhesive. It's in there. You don't want this important. Yeah, that's some adhesive right there. Okay, yeah, this battery is battery's pretty much done. Yeah, it's puffy, which means the gas has been let out from between the layers of the cells. This is a 3500 milliamp hour battery. So hey, we gained 500 milliamp hours. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Battery is out. So now I want to say a few things about when you're taking out these batteries. Don't throw these batteries in the garbage. One, not good for the environment. Two, it's not good for the environment. And three, if this thing ignites in your garbage can, well, just imagine. We're not even going to go into it. I take these to Batteries Plus recycles these for me. So I just take them into Batteries Plus. Now, what I'm going to say is, not every Batteries Plus is made the same, so call them ahead of time. Just go online, call them, and there's a lot of resources to find out where to recycle your lithium-ion batteries. So do that. Don't just toss these in your garbage, and don't let them. I probably shouldn't even be handling this one like this because it's already puffy. Don't leave this lying on your bench. If it ignites, it's gonna go big. All right, let's get on with the rest of this. So, cool thing with technology, right? Just a few years will make a big difference. So you can see, it's just a couple of millimeters, but the new battery has a higher capacity, and it's a little bit smaller than the original battery. So you can see there's a little bit of play in the space there, but we'll secure that again with some double-sided adhesive. But you can see there, obviously there's been improvement in the battery technology. We got 500 extra milliamp hours. We've got 500 extra milliamp hours, and it's smaller. Pretty cool. All right, so let's get this puppy in there, and yeah, get this phone back online here. Okay.
I'm looking down from the top of the bench camera. We're about to seal this thing up. If you were with me during the Makerspace Foresight days, you'll know I have a bin. I literally have a bin full of different types of tape, and so these two 3M tapes that we're going to use are from that bin. So I've had these for years. We didn't buy the tape that they sell on Amazon and eBay and all of that for sealing up your phone, because I think that's a racket, man. I've had different experiences with those. Some worked well, some didn't work. Anyway, after we tape this thing back together, I don't think I'm going to trust it to be waterproof anymore, so we're going to not use it for underwater filming anymore. But it should be good enough for doing all the other filming that we're doing. And this tape, 3M tape that I'm going to use is really good. So anyway, we'll get back to it. All right, so we're going to situate the battery first. Looks like we've got a little room to play with on the connector. So I'm thinking we're going to put the tape down first, and then we'll put the tape down first. Make sure I didn't nick the cables for the screen. That looks good. All of that looks good. All right, let's cut us several pieces of tape, and we'll lay them out. And yeah, let's use the proper tool for that. Yeah, use the proper tool for that, so no one can accuse me of anything. All right, so we'll put this guy goes here. It's already, wow. So yeah, you know, say a lot of things about 3M, but they've got some good adhesive products. I've never had any issues with their stuff. All right, so we're gonna lay this out approximately where it was before. So this last one is going to go across here. And we're going to use 2 for that one, just so that we're not going across the screen and we're actually just hitting the spots that we need the tape. Boom. And boom again. All right, so let's go ahead and situate the battery. We'll line up the connector, and be careful with the connector. It's a very tiny connector, and I'm saying be careful with the connector. That's for my sake. I know you guys are careful, so you're gonna kind of feel where that is. And oh, I just killed it, didn't I? I'm gonna bring it close to my face here, because I'm sorry, you guys won't see this on camera, because let's see if I can. Oh yeah, because I'm half blind, so I went ahead and did that off camera. I got it in there. No, it's in there. All the spring pins look good still. Didn't hit anything. Didn't get my fingerprints on the camera lenses, so be careful again not to touch over here, because you don't want to get fingerprints. Forget to wipe it, and then you put the back cover on and camera no good, right? So all right, let's peel all this tape off of here. Slightly lift this up. And so the flex cable, that's the cool thing about the flex cable, it gives me a little space to work. Come on, come with me if you want to live. Okay, there you go. And this one I already had bent that corner back, so this one's easy to remove. I didn't bend the corners up. You get on camera, you forget all kind of things. bend the corners on the tape so it makes it easier to pull it off. There you go. All right. All right. Now, hey, let's try the suction cup. See if the suction cup works on the battery. Oh man, it does. Okay, cool. So we'll be able to position the battery with the suction cup on there. Let me see if I can do this. It's always harder on camera. Look at all the space we've got. Get out of here. All right, so I'm gonna get this, try and center it a little bit on there, and make sure that the cable is resting nicely. And feels good, feels good, feels good. It's in there. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, there's probably no charge on there, so and that's just the wireless charging, so it could probably turn on without that. Let me make sure all the other connectors are in. But I can't resist the temptation. You probably should not do this, but oh yeah, boom baby. All right, so the battery's got a little charge on it, but it's probably just the shipping charge, so we don't want to run it with that. Let me see if I can turn it back off before it boots up. It's not gonna let me do that, is it? Come on, come on. All right. All right, come on now. All right, fast forward. Yep, 54%, so that means that, yeah, it's a shipping charge. So batteries don't get shipped with full charge on, because if they sit with full charge on for long periods of time, it can damage them. So the batteries are made to, you charge it up, they're made to be cycled, and that they work best that way. And so if you know, and from FPV, any of you FPVers out there, or people who use lithium polymer batteries for your robots, you'll know that if you're going to store the battery for a long period of time, you're going to put it in your charger and put it on storage, and that discharges your battery from full down to a certain percentage, so that way you can store your battery safely and no damage happens to it. So that's what we observed there. It's at 54%. That means they shipped it with a storage charge on it. All right, so now I'm going to put the screw this back on. I won't bore you with all of that. We'll see you again when I'm done with that. Okay, one of the things that I did want to mention about these screws, so it's cool. A lot of newer phones have adopted the practice of using the same size screws. So if you noticed, I just pulled all the screws out, set them aside, and that's because all of these screws are the same length. It didn't always used to be that way, and some phones may still have different size screws because not all applications, this phone just happens to be all symmetrical and the same thickness all the way around and so forth. And so they were able to use the same size screws everywhere, which makes it really, really nice for assembly, disassembly, and, you know, supply chain and all of that. You can just stock 1 or 2 screws and it covers everything, which I try to use that also in my designs. I try to, you know, stock just 1 or 2 types of screws wherever I can, and use those same screws everywhere in the design, and that just makes everything so much easier. The other thing is, when you're putting these screws back in, note where the connectors are, and, you know, start snugging those down, snug down everywhere else, and then tighten the connector screws, right? So that way, you know, you have a good connection there. The other thing is, when you're putting these screws in, especially where there's plastic, good practice is to when you have the screw sitting in there, turn it backwards, right? So unscrew it in the hole and you'll hear it click. I'll do it again. When you hear that, that means it has dropped into the thread, and then tighten it up. Okay, what that's going to do for you is you're going to keep from
from cross-threading these delicate threads, because if you start the screw and the screw's not in the thread or at the beginning of the thread and you crank it, it's gonna cross thread that screw. Screw could go in crooked, and you've just messed up that thread in that hole, and the screw will never go in right again. You know, especially if it's plastic. Some of the lighter metals like aluminum, you'll have steel screws going into aluminum. They will do the same thing. Obviously the steel screws are a higher hardness than your aluminum, so they can easily damage your threaded holes. And so, wow. Look at that. It's flat again. Goodness. All right, so now we're gonna zip through putting the adhesive on. And like I said, I have the 3M adhesive ready here from my tape bin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We're not gonna bore you again with full non-dilated time. We're just gonna zip through that. Here we go. All right, so during the process, we also lost some adhesive here, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that little section there so that the back
All right, has that stability that we want. Right, so that's in. All right, good to go. Like the rest of this looks good. We've used some, didn't want to do it on camera because it's quite loud. So we used a little bit of compressed air to blow the lenses off so that there's no dust on there. And so the last thing to do is we're gonna put these two back together here. So here we go. One last look up close. I'm gonna do it off camera. Yeah, there's a little bit of something in there, but should be okay. I left my fingerprints all on the inside of this, so archaeologists will be able to tell who I was when who did this to this phone. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. So I'm going to start at the top edge. I'm going to insert the top edge in there. Make sure that that lines up, because this 3M adhesive, as I said, it's pretty good. So once we get it on there, now I'm trying to line up the connector. There's a connector. There we go. Boom. That lined up for the biometric here. So that connector's in. And I'm just going to now press all the way around the edge here to make sure that that's secure. And goodness, I think that is very different than what we started with, isn't it? It was pretty puffed up to the point where it popped its own case open. So yeah, and the last thing I do once I get done is I take a little paper towel with damp and rubbing alcohol, and I take all the fingerprints off of there. But there we go. I'm gonna insert the SD card back in, making sure that we line up the hole with the hole. That's the tray orientation. And wow. Okay, let's see if it still kicks on, and let's test the biometric on there. Now, I hadn't thought of, no, it should be aligned because the biometric sensor is still in the same spot. So let's see. So I'll have to put the pin in initially, and then I will cut us off. Okay, so we're booting up. Wow, this is gonna be cool if this worked, because we saved a lot of money by doing that, and we get our filming quality back, hopefully, if I haven't damaged the cameras. All right, so I'm gonna kick it off, and I'm gonna try the biometric sensor. Ooh, and it works. Nice. Okay, do that again. Oh yeah. You're not seeing that because I'm all right, very good job, people.
All right, so there you go. If you made it to this point, thank you again. I appreciate all the time you spend with me. This was an unscheduled trek, so this was one of those side treks that you take unexpectedly, but it was a good one. So hopefully image quality and audio will be back up to normal levels in the next video. And with that, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share. That'll keep us making these videos, and we'll see you in the next video. we didn't check wireless charging. Let's see if wireless charging still works. Ooh, it does. Good job.